Hello, this is Georgina, and I'll be talking to you about incidence and prevalence regarding renal failure. I went online and I looked up the United States renal disease data system, and I found a couple of information, a couple of tables and data regarding chronic kidney disease as well as end stage renal failure. Um, so what I found was, according to the United States renal data system, these reports, as you can see, there's a little blue picture. It contains a lot of information and percentages. And main reports highlight the fact that American rates for kidney failure that require dialysis and kidney transplantation, referred as to end-stage renal disease, they rank among the highest in the world, and they continue to rise. Additionally, there are many hotspots of the condition around the country, as highlighted in you'll see as I go into the tables. And also, the prevalence of earlier stages of chronic kidney disease among adults remains just under 15%, so indicating that over 30 million Americans may have the disease, with millions of others really at great risk. This is due to the high prevalence of risk factors for the disease, including diabetes, hypertension, obesity, cardiovascular disease, as well as other conditions. Additionally, the report shows that the prevalence of self-reported chronic kidney disease, spurred by awareness of the diagnosis in the United States population, is extremely low. The reported numbers range about 1.8% in Wyoming to 4.0% in Mississippi. So given the overall prevalence of chronic kidney disease in the United States, it's closer to 15%. The numbers highly extremely are low awareness about the disease. So there's not enough information out there, or they're not being well aware of what the disease is, or getting checked often. In the case of chronic kidney disease, the recorded rates of hospitalization in older patients was greater than younger cohorts, and Black patients with CKD had higher adjusted rates than their white counterparts. These trends and their geographic variations is incredibly important for care and policy and planning. Take care of the patients. Acute kidney injury is a major risk factor for chronic kidney disease, as well as end-stage renal disease, mortality, and higher rates cost among older Medicare recipients. Hospitalization for AKI, acute kidney injury, among individuals of all ages is associated with an increased chance of being diagnosed eventually with chronic kidney disease, actually after a year of being discharged. So as we can see, there's children with ESRD who are getting transplants. It's about 72% of the people. Awareness in advanced CKD stage 4 is only 50 to 57%. Medicare spending on people with CKD and ESRD is about $114 billion. And people who have been starting hemodialysis with a catheter is 80%. AKI discharges who develop CKD within 1 year is a 31%. Dialysis mortality is the lowest ever in these recent 2018 annual report, with a 16% per year rate so far. 1.7 admits per patient every year with hospitalization with ESRD is falling. So that's could be good or bad. Depends always on the background. Emergency department with ESRD, though, it's rising. So what I think is because so many less people know that they have a disease in their kidneys, or they have chronic kidney disease, and they're not aware. Eventually, they're waiting till the end, and emergency department is probably getting higher people. Overall, 3% drop in kidney transplant with wait list, which is, I think that's good. I'm hoping, again, it all depends on what the background is. Overall, the table I have on here, this is prevalence regarding chronic kidney disease. And as you can see, I have age groups, and I only used 2014, 2015, 2016 excerpts from all the data that they had. As you can see, in certain areas, prevalence has lowered, like ages 20 to 29. Other areas it seems to be up and down. I see some areas have lowered a lot more. Like ages 80 to 84, beginning was 3.448 thousand 900. and it's gone now to 3,427,420. So it's gone down. Again, it depends on, this is based on age again. And then we see Black and African American. So the number of prevalence in 2014 was 2,848,060. It's gone down a little bit to 2,797,020. Male and females, to date 2018, there are 13,648,040 females. And back then, it's actually been kept around the same. That was actually for male, and for female, we're seeing that 16,701,700 people, females, are prevalent in 2014, and in 2015 we're seeing 16,815,820. So we actually see it went up for females with chronic kidney disease prevalence. Overall, we're seeing in 2014 30,386,540 people, counting everybody. And in 2016, we're seeing a prevalence of 30,463 people, 860. So it has gone only up a little bit. And again, it depends on many factors. Overall, I will go on to the next slide, and I'll talk to you about end-stage renal disease and just the prevalence and incidence reports that I got from the U.S. Department of Renal Data Systems.